Welcome to Focus in the Noise. Let's talk real conversations, real experiences, no shortcuts. You're watching Focus in the Noise with your host, me. Good afternoon. Why focus in the noise? What is the noise part of Focus in the Noise? The noise is what's in your head when you are severely ADHD. That's the noise. I have so many things I could tell you about having ADHD as a business owner, as a dad, as a husband, as a student, as a son. It's crazy. There's so much noise that goes. There's so much distraction. I don't want to make my whole podcast, this whole adventure be about ADHD, but that's where it came from. I'm very ADHD. I focus on tasks, and it seems like when it's in chaos. So there's so many things that you read about people that have ADHD that when you hear them, you're like, oh, that's me. You put off and you procrastinate on some things until it's emergency because you work in chaos. It's best in chaos. I work in a mess. My fifth grade teacher would flip my desk over and I'd spend all recess putting that crap back in there. And did I put it back in there even organized? Hell no. That's how I work. Are you married or do you know somebody that is a slob? And maybe they are a genius at what they do, but it's not the normal way people do things. So yeah, definitely ADHD. I can watch a movie and know how it ends before it even happens. I know the next thing. I can drive down the road and see an accident about to happen. I go, did you see that? I just see what just happened. I can't find my keys. I can't find my itinerary for my flight for tomorrow. I have to find it in my emails. I can't focus on it. So it's a silly topic, but figuring out how to learn how to do things a way that works for you. I have learned that not everything works the same for everybody. If you set me in a classroom 45 minutes as a teenager, as an adult right now, I'm looking out the window, I'm tapping, I'm fidgeting, I can't concentrate. I did not do well in the classroom setting. It's because I thought I was dumb, thought I was lazy, I thought I just couldn't figure out why it didn't work for me like it works for everybody else. The cool thing is I really liked school. I liked learning. I did really well in speaking, not necessarily like public speaking, but like, doing an English assignment, or I loved history, but I had F's. In 11th grade, I finished Seabreeze High School. We decided to part ways from each other. I found out alternative schooling, but they told my parents I missed like 122 days in the 11th grade. Guess what? That's a whole other year, partner. And Daddy didn't have that to do. So had to find a different way to educate myself. I got my high school diploma through a program at Daytona Beach Community College at the time. Figured out late in life that I can read a book, I can read a screen, I can read a manual, and I can't understand what I read. Retention. So can I read the words? Yep. Can I put them into a sentence and form a sentence and form a plan? Heck no. So I went forever thinking that I was just dumb. Well, guess what? I learned after about 2 or 3 years that I can listen to a book, and I have this uncanny way of taking 5 or 6 things out of it. I do a lot of self-help books, so entrepreneur books, finance books, business books, and I can listen to a guy talk for 8 hours in his book. And I can listen to it because I'm in the car a lot with my business. We call it windshield time. That's class time for me. So I always have a podcast or I have an audiobook on. And I have learned to pick out the top 3 things that apply to my life or something that I want to apply to my business or my personal life. And I do that. But I learned that audio is a different way of learning. People just learn differently. So you have to figure out what you're able to do. Some people have to read a book and they have to journal at it. They have to write notes in it and they have to read it twice, whatever they got to do. I figured it out though. It doesn't matter how you learn as long as you get the information. So it was really cool to go from never reading a book to the first year of doing audio. I think I read 8. I'm on my 3rd book this year, this March. Full books. I just finished Buy Back Your Time. If you have gotten to that point in life where you get to read that book and apply it to your life, holy cow, it's a game changer. CEOs don't do CEO things. but then go do the things that aren't CEO things. I'm better at my business flying a plane, not going out to the yard out in the parking lot picking up scrap that drives me nuts. You got to focus, Ed. That noise is telling you, hey, your shop floor is messy. The parking lot's got scrap air conditioners in it. Go load those. Nope. My job is I'm very overpaid to go pick up the scrap in the parking lot. You got to focus. Figure out how you learn, whether it's listening to a podcast, maybe it's speaking, maybe you learn from talking the talk, talking about the thing, or you're really good at sitting down in front of a computer and watching something and retaining it that way. I guess the point of the story is don't rule yourself out and don't let it become such a burden that you don't take challenges, you don't take things because you just didn't know how to read. You just got to find out your way to read. And once you do, run with it. I definitely recommend anytime that you have off, that you spend time reading. And it's not all just about self-help books. A lot of folks love to read a fiction and nonfiction, just a story. It's a place to escape to. Spend some time on yourself and read. I've read a lot of good HVAC, plumbing books, electrical books, something that would probably bore your socks off. But I think as a business owner, it's always my job to learn the next technology or learn the next thing. And now by saying, hey, I'm at that point in life where I'm going to start doing a video with a flag in the back and try to inspire you to do things. Didn't think I was going to be that guy. Talked to me 5 years ago. I couldn't even explain the first 2 sentences about what my nonprofit charity operation Snowstorm was. I could not stand up and speak and tell you what my charity was. I was begging other people to tell my story. If you have a story to tell, it is always best that you tell it yourself. Figure out how that works. But you can hear passion in people's voice. When I talk about my company, I can feel the words coming out of my mouth. I can hear them. I love what I do. When I'm telling you that as a business owner, a small business owner here in Houston, I get to interact with my customers. I didn't sell my company. A lot of folks sold their company. A lot of companies are owned by private equity now. I love that experience. I love the experience of calling the customer. I love that I still am able to make a difference. When you're coming home and you've worked all day long, you don't want to come home to it being 80 degrees in the house. And when it is, I like to come and fix that. Not so much anymore. I don't get to. I've got some awesome technicians that take care of that for me. So I can do things like podcast in this garage and tell you about different things and get people to notice. The whole point of podcasting and things like that is to get them to notice you. And that was my goal here, is to get to hear a little bit about my life. Not always going to be about air conditioning, not always going to be about entrepreneurship or, sometimes it's family. I got some great stories. I got great stories of being a father, being a husband. Those are my favorite stories. And I'll tell you, it's different. When you're looking at the counter at the bottom, you see how many people watched your thing past 3 minutes. Not much starting out. There's some guys out there that got some really awesome podcasts, and I envy them. I look to be them. But it's also me saying, hey, even if it's just my mom listening, and Mom, I hope you're listening. I appreciate you listening. I'm willing to sit here and do my videos and upload them, send them to my gal Crystal to edit them and get them going and put them on. And if nobody watches, oh well, I'm going to do the hard thing. I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to keep going. I'm sure good old Jim McIndale here in Houston, Gallery Furniture, right? We all heard that. Will save you money. He's brilliant, but I'm sure at some point nobody listened, and now you can't get enough of him. So do the hard things. That's a good way to end this episode. Thank you for your time. Focus on the noise. Focus on, if you got ADHD, if you got whatever you got, don't let it stop you. How can I turn that and flip that into a positive? My ADHD has afforded me some courageous bonehead moves that have pushed me so far, has pushed me out of my comfort zone, has provided for my family. My ADHD has provided for several families. It's allowed me to do all the things that I ever wanted to do. Start an awesome nonprofit for terminal cancer kids here in Houston. My next podcast I think I'm going to do is about Operation Snowstorm, what it's meant to me. It's a touchy subject for me. It's near and dear to my heart. But this job here lets me do this, lets me do that, lets me be the snow guy. So I really just want to say thank you for hanging in there with me. I know it's kind of hard to sit here and listen to a dude ramble for 12 minutes. It's okay. I will get better at it because I'm a beast like that. And just figure out how to focus in your own noise. Thank you for your time today. God bless.